What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And today, in the BrewLab, as voted upon by the viewers, we are going to be looking at a Boros Kiki-Jiki deck. Sorry this video is late. The part of South Africa that I'm in has got rolling blackouts, and as I was filming yesterday, the lights went off, I lost internet, and it was too late in the night for me to then figure out a way to get back online and record again. So without further ado, let's jump into today's brew. It's a kind of fusion between modified and some janky copying stuff going on with Kiki-Jiki. So of course, in a modified list that plays red in any way, shape, or form, you couldn't not play a full play set of Kumano faces Kakkazan. Fantastic little efficient saga. The first chapter's okay, does 1 damage. Sometimes there's a planeswalker you can snag as well. But you're really casting this on turn 1 most of the time, because then you want to follow it up with one of your 2-drops so that it gets the additional +1/+1 counter on it as it enters the battlefield. Any of these will do fine. The Lizard Blades, of course, is great because then it just makes it that little bit bigger. It's super easy to remove. But also just a bigger Goro-Goro or even a Luminarch Aspirant that comes in as a 2/2 and then puts another counter on itself and is a 3/3, on turn 2 is quite nice. Then it flips and comes back as the Etching of Kumano, which is nice because things that get dealt damage by a source you control, if they would die, they get exiled instead. So the opponent can't do those stupid things like blocking and sacrificing, blocking with eye twitch or something like that, because it'll just get exiled, which is quite nice. Then we've got, it is an aggro deck, so there's not much removal, but we do have one really good removal spell in the form of Flame Discharge. This allows us to pay, less mana than... Wait, let me rephrase that. You can do more damage than you have the mana for, because all the time we're going to almost always have a modified creature on the battlefield, and therefore this will do the additional 2 damage. So sometimes even we have only 1 mana open and we can cast it for X is 0 and still do 2 damage as long as we have a modified creature on the battlefield. So I like Flame Discharge a lot. And then of course, if there's a huge creature, you can dump all your mana into it and get rid of it quite easily. Then we've got Luminarch Aspirant, of course, modified deck. It modifies everything every turn. Fantastic 2-drop. Then Goro-Goro, Disciple of Ryusei. This is great because it gives everything haste when they enter the battlefield for very cheap. You can just pay 1 red source and whatever enters the battlefield that turn gains haste. Then occasionally, it doesn't happen often because it's quite expensive, and it's quite convoluted. You have to have an attacking modified creature, and then you can pay 5 mana, 3 colorless and 2 red, and then you get to make this 5/5 red spirit, which isn't attacking. It's just there, and it can't attack because you've already attacked to do the trigger. So it's nice though because you're left with a nice chunky blocker for whatever your opponent's going to swing back at you with during his turn. So it's quite nice in that sense as well. And 5/5 flyer is nothing to be scoffed at. Then we've got full playset of the Lizard Blades, which we're trying to equip onto our flyers, of course, if possible. Goldspan Dragon, but anything that it can be equipped to is great, giving it double strike. Otherwise, you can just make it bigger by putting counters on it with the Lizard Blades and Showdown of the Skalds and Angelfire Ignition, and just have a double striker by itself. But of course, you can reconfigure it for 2, which is quite nice, especially when you're kind of suspecting a sweeper or something. You just attach it to one of your creatures, then they hit you with the sweeper. At least you're still left with the Lizard Blades, and you can continue to attack the following turn. Then we've got the full play set of the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. First chapter makes a 2/2 Goblin Shaman creature token with whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token, which is quite nice. Especially if we've already got the Disciple of Ryusei in play, and we can give it haste the turn it comes into play. then we can attack and get a treasure straight on the spot, which is quite nice. Then chapter 2, you get to discard up to 2 cards, and if you do, you draw that many cards. So if you've got some, useless stuff in your hand that you're pretty certain you're not going to need, you can discard it. Of course, don't forget you can also discard your Angelfire Ignition. The flashback cost is only 1 more than its original cost, so sometimes it's okay to discard it, and it's still castable. And then you get to draw that many cards, and then finally it comes back as the reflection of Kiki-Jiki, which for 1 mana you can tap it and give it, create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control, except it has haste, and you sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. So we've got a few good targets. It's either going to be Goldspan Dragon, it's either going to be Thundering Raiju, it might be, even just the Shaman Goblin token that it made, so we can get double treasures. Depending on the board state, we'll sort of pick the right target, but most of the time to win the game, it's Goldspan Dragon, right? And the fact that we have Goro-Goro that gives maybe the reflection of Kiki-Jiki haste when it comes into the battlefield, and we can create that token, copy the turn, because it's one of the big problems with the reflections of Kiki-Jiki is that it's very slow. Even if you cast it on turn 3, turn 4 you do the discard thing, turn 5 it enters the battlefield, but it still has summoning sickness. Turn 6 you get to copy something, and it's just a 2/2, so it just sits there, and then the opponent probably just removes it when by the time turn 6 comes around you haven't done anything with the thing. So the fact that we can give it haste the turn it comes into play on turn 5 and straight away copy something and attack is pretty sweet. But that's not the only way we have of giving it haste. We can also give it haste via the Angelfire Ignition, which puts 2 +1/+1 counters on a target creature, which is quite nice to grow the reflections of Kiki-Jiki, because the 2/2 is quite weak, and against Trample, Vigilance, Lifelink, Indestructible, and haste until end of turn. Then more hasty things. We've got 3 copies of the Thundering Raiju with this sort of modified sub-theme. It's fantastic. You can just keep attacking. Every turn it grows bigger, and the amount of damage that it's dealing with its ability gets more and more, because you're just putting those counters wherever there aren't counters, or wherever something isn't modified, you can modify it, and it puts a really quick clock on the game. If the opponent doesn't deal with it soon, like if this gets to attack twice, it's already pretty much game over. Then we needed some card draw. It's a Boros deck. Of course, we're playing 3 copies of the Showdown of the Skalds. Don't really need to reintroduce this card. It's been around for a while. Obviously fantastic card advantage, and modifying our creatures when we then cast the cards that we get from it. So fits the theme perfectly. And then topping out with, of course, the Goldspan Dragon, flying with haste, 4/4, blah, 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 blah. Don't really reintroduce this guy. Of course, if we can put Lizard Blades on the Goldspan Dragon and copy it with Kiki-Jiki, that's like 8, 12 damage in the sky, plus whatever else you've got attacking that turn. It's pretty fantastic. And of course, all of the treasures that you're getting off of that can be used to do other shenanigans, like maybe activating the Disciple of Ryusei's ability during combat. And that's the deck. Nothing groundbreaking, but actually pretty fun, and been getting me some wins. We've got 2 caves, 2 dens, 2 of each of the new legendary lands, 4 of each of the duels, 2 Field of Ruins, and some basics. That's the brew. Let's jump into some games. Going to be sticking probably to the unranked queue for a little while. I've got some stuff that's in the cards that's really like ladder ready. It's a little bit of the problem that I have, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, please, because I need some feedback on this. But I rushed to Mythic, and now I'm like in the top 200, and I'm like, oh, I want to keep playing like the top meta deck that got me in there, that I know how to play really, really well, and keep pushing that rank so that I can finally get into the top 1,200 by the end of the month, and bring you guys that content. But at the same time, I don't want to just bring you guys unranked play deck play footage, you know. I want to show you that the brews that I make are good enough to play on the ladder. But because it's standard, the format's kind of solved. There's like maybe 4 or 5 really good decks that you could play that will actually like be able to push rank with, and the rest are, you know, janky piles. And I can't just keep bringing you the same decks over and over again. So I don't know, I'm kind of stuck again. Luckily for me, there's gonna be a bunch of alchemy cards coming out in about a week. Ooh. Okay, this is great, which means we can go Kumano, Cave, Luminarch. I don't know, should we go Luminarch or Lizard Blades? Let's see. Okay, it's Selesnya. So then I think probably the Lizard Blades. It probably will just get removed by that enchantment. What's his name? I can't remember. Okay. We just go straight in with the mirror. Okay. That's the one I was talking about. Circle of Confinement. On the blades. We have no way. I should probably put in some ripper parts. Note to self. Does not attack. I will not discard anything. I will, I think, go like this. Let's see if we top deck a land. Okay, here comes the nonsense. And even you can't escape this rubbish, even in okay. I thought he was gonna go for the double trigger on one of the naturalists and attack. But he can just attack without the double trigger. This deck is so broken, I hate it. Drives me nuts. Okay. Angelfire. No, cancel. Double up the trigger with the Weaver. Becomes like a bajillion. It's, oh what, he's going for the, nice. So broken. We'll just block the 1. Oh, tapped land. Opponent's on 33 life. And that's probably going to be the game. I'll block with the Aspirant. You can't make 2. That doesn't work. By 1 point with the snakeskin veil. What a cheeky bugger. So guys, I don't know, I think probably my next video, I'm not going to do any poll. I'm just going to make a deck that only beats on enchantments, be it Naya or Selesnya, because I'm so sick of it. Oh my god, it's only been out for a little while and it's like everybody's playing it and it's so obnoxious. You know, there's plenty of good ways to make sure that they don't win any matches. It's just that you kind of leave yourself a bit open to other decks in the format, which is a pity, but it's about 25% of the games. If you can make a deck that's really good against Selesnya and Naya, runes and enchantments, and kind of good against like a few of the other decks in the meta, then I think you're sorted for like a 60% plus win rate. The way things are right now. One, two, three. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh. Ooh. Golgari. Maybe. Pack leader. Oh, damn it! That was like the perfect curve. The risks you take with unranked is this every time. Even in ranked, like sometimes the jankiest of win cons, the opponent can see it coming. They just scoop before you can actually do it, and it's just like, no, let me. Ah. Like with that Ishin deck, it's like a double triggers on everything. It's just, you're making like 100 copies of Goldspan with the Lina. It was insane, a few of those games in testing. But like, just as it starts to happen, the opponent scoops. You're like, ah, oh, come on. Bit slower. But okay, whatever. It's unranked, right? Another Goldspan. Delver deck. Can be quite scary. Gets out of hand pretty quick. Also runs lots of Fading Hopes and things, which is not good for us. It could already even just be a Jawari now. It's terrifying. Please cast something or do something. Okay, well we got two Goro-Goros, so... Okay. No counter, it will just be a bounce. I'm ready to bet. Okay. Oh. I think if he's got a counter, he'll counter this. And then we can play the Fable potentially uncountered next turn. Okay, I thought it was just the Evolving Wilds holding priority. A duelist. How dare you? Mill things happening. Okay, that signals a crab to me. Is it gonna be a black land? Okay, mono blue. No idea what's going on. Lorenzo JT. Possibly a compatriot. Wait, what? He's gonna copy something? Double cacophony. 16 cards to the graveyard. Oh no. Not a stinky mill deck. So stinky. So there's definitely going to be a Tasha's Hideous Laughter somewhere in my life very soon, I'm sure. There it is. Down to 16. Can we pull it out of the bag? We've still got a few good cards. Double treasures. Okay, as long as he doesn't get us one of his mill cards, we're good. Okay, that's a 6/6 that is now active because he's milled more than enough cards. Luckily for me, he just keeps swinging. Okay, we're just gonna win off the back of a Goldspan. Or we just give everything haste. Then we play the Goldspan. Then we copy the Goldspan. Then we give the Goldspan a thingy-majig. And then we're going to make a 5/5 as well while we're at it. Badoosh! Oh, baby. That's pretty nice. I mean, he could still top deck the mill card right now and win the game. But we did get to do the thing. We did the thing. We Kiki-Jiki'd the Goldspan. We made the treasures. We used the Goro-Goro. Life's good. Oh, down to 10. And he milled. He gets to mill another 2. Woo. And now we win. Okay, so there we go. I mean, that's what the brew's supposed to do. There's one card I still really want to get out and copy, and that's the Thundering Raiju. I think I'm going to kick off a week of control decks between now and when the live stream of the Neon Dynasty Championship this weekend. Then I'm just going to be streaming the event. Don't forget to tune in for the watch party. There's nothing to cast like after your Kumano, so we're relying on the next top deck to get something. But okay, sure. We got a lot of 2-drops, so there's a high probability. Something around 8% according to untapped.gg. By the way, if you don't have it yet, what are you doing? we go. Ask and you shall receive. 3/3 on turn 2. Swinging in for 6 next turn. Don't scoop, please. Aha! Dr. Dimir. Welcome to the party, mate. What's going on? So, I mean, there's probably some silly counter magic going on. So, I'm just gonna play another Kakkazan. There we go, you see, there's something here. Beg your pardon? It probably was Jawari. I wasn't gonna waste my ignition willy-nilly. Swinging for 6 on turn 3. It's not a bad thing. That will get exiled unless you dispute it now. Okay. Would be nice if it didn't require the damage. Oh, don't tell me it's an Esper deck. It is an Esper deck. Would love another 2-drop. Or Thundering Raiju would be freaking amazing. Because we've got the mana. And I would get the +1/+1. Poof. Thundering Raiju or like a, I don't know, Goro-Goro would be my top 2. The Emperor. I probably would have cast it at a different moment. Sure.
Back to wandering.
Back to wandering. I really don't care when they used reduce the memory. It's like, sure, give me a 3/2. Like, all about that 3/2, baby. Anyway, it doesn't have the double white. He just wasted that on the Emperor. Companion. Now we're coming in with the Goldspan, baby. Or we could Goldspan next turn. We could go Lizard. No, we don't have enough mana. So Goldspan, and then we use the treasure to cast the Lizard Blades. Please don't tell me it's a Jawari. Oh my god. Whew. Or like Infernal Grasp. Fading Hope. Cool. I'll take that. Then I get to replay my Kumano. That's really nice of you, thank you. Now my Lizard Blade comes in bigger. And I can give it haste. If I draw one more land. Or I can just equip it. Yeah, okay, that's the go. Although I'm about to get exiled. Okay. Slightly frustrating. the lack of trample being felt. Well, you don't have anything to use the Rite of Oblivion with, so maybe you're forced to use the other stupid card. How dare you! How dare you! Ooh. Hello. That's it through. Please, not another massacre. Anything but another massacre. Or he was just keeping the little dude. Okay, but it's fine. We win anyway.
Darkness will swallow the light.
Oops.
My will cannot be denied.
My will cannot be denied. Pretty sure it can, bro. Brozette. Your will is about to be as denied as a will can get. Boop. A douche. Got him. Got him. So, I mean, Esper Control, that was like one of the decks that a lot of people play. Kind of exactly the way it is in the meta. He had all the right cards there, the invitation and stuff, and the lols. Shredded him. Took him to town. Just got a notification from the government. There's another blackout tonight, but it's like at 6 in the morning or something. So hopefully I'll have uploaded my video by then. Whenever there's 2 aspirants in your hand, you keep that. Woohoo! Goro-Goro. Okay. Yeah. We wouldn't even have to pay the one, actually. Sorry, yeah, that's right. We don't have to pay the one. Flame Discharge, baby! That was gonna be a fabled, hallowed haunting, like, right now, coming my way, but... now it's gonna be... circle of whatever. Exile something. Maybe borrowed time. Ooh! Okay. It's a bit of a waste of removal, maybe, but I just kind of want to just keep this damage coming in hot, like, every single turn. Boom, boom. Gotta apply pressure to these dudes. Force land would be nice. Or what? What do we got here? Oh yeah, or maybe Kiki-Jiki, the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Because now, oh, that's a lot of nonsense. There's only, like, I mean, of course they're good, but as long as you get rid of those tokens every turn and they don't end up being like this army of 2/2s, or, you know, in this case there would be 3/3s, then it's better. Looming tapped source. Let's see if he double blocks the aspirant. He's thinking about it. Then he takes 8. Why would you do that? I could have given this one haste. That was a misplay. Fifth land, please, the fifth land. It's all I want in this world is a fifth land. And I would be a happy little chappy. It's a 42% chance. Okay. There's an additional land, perhaps. Okay. Five enchantments. He needs 2 more. Ugh. No land in sight. That's a disaster. Let's pass the turn. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. I have a bad feeling. I have a terrible feeling. How many? Is that 7? Yep. Next. Oh, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. What would you guys say is the best strategy against that? Like, some people have been touting, and I also, you know, I put it up on the channel. My best answer so far has been the Jin Archon prison deck. You know, with the soft lock, they only can cast 1 thing each turn, and they don't have really a way to deal with the Jin. So, like, that's one way. And you've got 3 copies of Farewell in that deck. But I don't just want to play, you know, Esper Control the whole time. What else could we do to handle them? The other cards that, you know, punish, you know, the other colors that can punish enchantments are really just white and green. So, Bruce. Is this the last match? I think so. This might be the last match of the day. Let's try win this one. Esper. Beg your pardon. You know what I mean. Orzob. Orzhov. No Deadly Dispute, notably. Please just spend your turn with her sciences. No such luck. Oh, nice. I was worried you'd go for my token. I'd rather that happens. Sweet. Mana Deluxe. Probably play the Sundown and another Kiki-Jiki. Another portable. Oh. Oh. We get it. You like exiling things. Wedding announcement? Wouldn't be surprised. Okay. It's gonna be a Edgar Markov for show. Can I play this? And yes, I can. I never understood why, when you target your Goldspan with the triggered ability from the Ranger class, you get a treasure, but when you do so with the triggered ability from your Showdown and the Skalds, you don't. Okay. That's a little bit annoying. And the mana to do it with. Probably gonna hit the dragon just before we're gonna do our thing, but we've got a backup dragon. So we're still gonna get to do our thing in the final game of the day, which is fantastic. But yeah, what else could we do with Kiki-Jiki? I've been testing it out in a Mindlink mech deck to some good success, to be honest. Extra bit of treasure is also fantastic. Oh, baby. We have the mana to, if the opponent lets us, next turn, give haste to this Kiki-Jiki with the Angelfire, make 2 copies of Goldspan and attack. Fingers crossed. Some some Salt Bay action happening. Okay, I don't think that's gonna do it, dude. Okay, you can block Goldspan with the Eye Twitch. Double Eye Twitch is nice. But we've got triple Goldspans, I think. Let me see, double check the mana situation. Yes. We give this Kiki-Jiki the haste. We make a copy of the Goldspan. We make another copy of the Goldspan. We attack with lots of Goldspans. We make a lot of treasure. You gotta block at least 2 of them, or you're screwed. Okay. Double Jiki. Double Kiki. It would have been nice if we had one of the Kumanos. I'll hold back these aspirants in case there's a sweeper. But we've also got the den, so I'm not too worried. Maybe the opponent will let us illustrate the double den scenario. Ah, so if you pay 8 mana and dump it into the den, it'll make 2 goblins, not 1. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. We ended it on a win. We arrived just a little over the 45-minute mark, so I'm a happy chappy. Last one of these little bit more janky decks. I'm not putting up a poll for tomorrow because I have some actual good, like, sweet-ass deck that I want to play in Mythic for you guys, so don't forget to tune in for that. But as far as today's brew, in this final thoughts segment of the video, I think it's pretty fine just the way it is. It's, like I said, clearly quite janky, but it's got some really insanely good cards in it, so you get wins anyway, because, you know, you got 4 Goldspan Dragons. That can just win you a game by itself, and, like, the nice little modified sub-theme is quite sweet. We were able to create the Dragon Spirit once off of the treasures that we made off of the other treasure creators, and we were able to use the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki to do what it was intended to do in the deck by copying a bunch of Goldspan Dragons. So I think just perfect all around. But I will see you all again tonight for some fresh brews. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace.